Welcome to today's video. In this video, I'm going to continue looking at ratio and proportion, and in today's video, I'm going to look at dividing in a given ratio. Watch this video as I'm going to show you how you can divide given amount to a given ratio. I'm going to use two methods. So in this video, I'm going to use two problems to demonstrate how you can share the given amount of things or of money according to the given ratio. Okay, let's get started with the question 1. Question 1 is, Hilda, Regina, and Precious shared 900 in the ratio 6:5:4, respectively. Calculate how much each of them got. Okay, so Hilda, Regina, and Precious shared 900 in the ratio 6:5:4, respectively. Calculate how much each of them got. So the word respectively says in that order, or the word respectively means in that order. Word respectively means in that order. So the ratio for Hilda is 6, Regina is 5, and Precious is 4. So Hilda is at the first, so that means you also get the first number in the ratio. Regina is on the middle, she will get the number in the middle in the ratio, and Precious will get the number on the right side, the last one. Okay, so now let's get into solving this problem. So first of all, we need to identify things we are given. The first thing we are given is 900 kwacha. Then the second is the ratio. So these are the two things we are going to use to find how much Hilda got and how much Regina got, as well as Precious. So let's see. First of all, before we find how much they got, we are going to find how much each share worth. How much each share worth. Okay, so to find the amount of shares which are in 900, we are going to add all these numbers given in the ratio. So we're going to add 6 plus 5 plus 4. Okay, so this one, when we add these numbers, they will help us to find how many shares are in 900. So when you add 6 to 5, will give you 11. 11 plus 4 will give us 15. So in 900, there are 15 shares. Okay, now if there are 15 shares, how much is one share? How much is one share worth? Okay, so to find that, we are going to divide 900 by 15. Okay, so when you punch that in your calculator, or when you calculate using your head, it's simple. All you need to do is just have first to divide 9 by 15. It can't, 9 is smaller, so it can, but it will give us a decimal number. So we are going to put 0 to 9, which will become 90. So 90 divided by 15 will give us 6. Then 0 haven't touched it, so we'll just put it to 6, which will give us 60. Or when you punch that one in the calculator, will give you 60. So one share is worth of 60 kwacha. One share is worth of 60 kwacha. So since we found the amount, the worth of one share, then we can go ahead and find how much Hilda, Regina, and Precious got. So what we're going to start is we are going to start with Hilda. Okay, so they have underlined the word respectively. So we need to be very careful when we're getting the numbers from the ratio. We need to know that the first number stands for the first name mentioned. Then we go on like that. So Hilda is getting 6. So let's start by writing her name, Hilda. Then what is her share is 6. Hilda is getting 6 shares. So we are going to write 6 there. Then we are going to multiply it by the worth of one share, which is 60 kwacha. So we're going to multiply it by 60 kwacha. When you multiply 6 by 60 kwacha, will give you 360 kwacha. So this is the amount Hilda got from 900, she got 360 kwacha. That was what she got, Hilda. Now let's find out how much Regina got. So I'm going to write Regina. So as I said earlier on, Regina's name is on the middle. That means she will get the number which is on the middle in the ratio, which is 5. So I'm going to write 5. Then we multiply it by the worth of one share, which is 60 kwacha. Okay, then when we multiply 5 by 60 kwacha, will give us 300 kwacha. So Regina got 300 kwacha from 900 kwacha. Okay, let's find out how much Precious got. So Precious, the shares of Precious are 4. So Precious got 4 shares, which means we're going to multiply 4 by how much one share is 60 kwacha. So we're going to multiply by 60 kwacha. Now when you multiply 4 by 60 kwacha, will give you 240 kwacha. So 240 kwacha, that is the amount Precious got. So as you can see, Hilda got 360 kwacha, Regina got 300 kwacha, Precious got 240 kwacha. These are the amounts these girls got. So to check whether their answers are correct, you can still add these 3 amounts we got. If they give you 900 kwacha, that means the answer is correct. So as you can see, just from these numbers, you can see that if we get 60 kwacha from Hilda, put it to Precious, it will be 300. So 300 will give you 900. So these answers are correct. So these are the amounts Precious, Regina and Hilda got from 900 kwacha according to the ratio given. Okay, now let's go to question number 2. Question number 2, I'm going to use the different method. So question number 2 is black and white paint are mixed in the ratio 3:5:2. Let me start again. Black and white paints are mixed in the ratio 3:5 to make gray paint. How much of each color do you need to make 400 mils, should be mils there, of gray paint? Okay. Black and white paints are mixed in the ratio 3:5 to make gray paint. How much of each color do you need to make 400 mils of gray paint? Okay, so that was the question. So what are we given in this statement? We are given the ratio, which is 3:5, as well as the amount of gray paint that was made or that will be made, which is 400 mils. Now, once I've given this, the next thing we need to do is we need to find the total shares of these this paint which will be made. Now as you can see, we're going to make 400 mils, and then this 400 mils is shared in the ratio of 3:5. So we are going to add 3 plus 5, which will give us 8. Once we've gotten 8, the next thing we're going to do is now we're going to find how much black paint do we need and how much white paint do we need to make 400 mils of gray paint. So what is important is we need to know how much is black paint do we need. So to know that, we're going to use the ratio given, which is 3:5. Now remember, you need to focus on this statement, black and white, then as well as this ratio, which is 3:5. Now even if they haven't written respectively, you need to know that black is mentioned first. That means it is going to get the first number in the ratio, and then white will get the last number in the ratio. Okay, because black is mentioned first, will get 3, and then white will get 5, because it's mentioned in the second, and the number which is in the second in the ratio is 5. So let's start by finding the amount of black we need to make 400 mils of gray paint. So since we are looking at black, I'm going to write black there. Then after I've written black, I'm going to get the number which stands for the ratio, which is 3, which will be over 8, the total number of shares. So black got 3 shares, and then we're going to divide 3 by the total number of shares, which is 8, then multiply by the total amount of gray paint which will be made, which is 400 mils. Once we've done that, then we're going to simplify this expression because it's big, so we're going to simplify it. Whether you don't simplify it or you simplify it, the answer we're going to get will be the same. So we're going to divide 8 by 400, or we're going to divide 8 by 8 and 400 by 8. So 8 divided by 8 will give us 1. Then 400 divided by 8 will give us 50. Okay, so now let's write what we are remaining with. We are remaining with there we have just remained with 3, because when we divide 1 by 50, we will get 50. And when we write 3 like that, it's as good as 3 over 1. Then we multiply by 50 mils. Okay, there we are remaining with 50 mils. Then once we've done that, then we can find the product of that. 3 multiplied by 50 mils will give us 150 mils. Okay, so we need 150 mils of black paint for us to come up with 400 mils using that ratio. Okay, once we have found the total amount of black paint, now let's go to white paint. So I'm going to write the word white, then the number or the shares of white paint in that mixture is 5, which I'm going to write 5 over the total number of shares, which is 8, then multiply by the total amount of paint, gray paint, that will be made. Once I've done that, then I'm going to divide 8 by 8 divided by 8 will give us 1. 8 divided by 8 will give us 1. Then 400 mils divided by 8 will give us 50 mils. Okay, so now we have remained with that. Now let's write what we are remaining with. We are remaining with 5 there, multiplied by 50 mils. Okay, when you multiply 5 by 50 mils, you'll get 250 mils. So to come up with 400 mils of gray paint, we need 250 mils of white paint. Okay, using that ratio I given. Okay, so when you add 150 mils plus 250 mils, I'm sure they will give you 400 mils. Okay, so that is how the gray paint which was formed was mixed. So it was mixed with 250 mils of white paint and 150 of black paint. So basically this is how you can solve questions that involves ratio when it comes to share certain things which are given and using the ratio given. So basically this is how you do it. Thank you so much for watching. It has been easy learning Z Mathematics. The future is bright. See you in the next video, and God bless you.